All right, so we are driving back from Baltimore Comic-Con, and let me tell you, this is one of the reasons why I've always loved going to Baltimore Comic-Con because it is a comic convention. While they have more celebrity guests like Sam Jones is there and a bunch of other people, it wasn't this pop culture focused sort of event, which there's nothing wrong with that. But Baltimore is a con. And for me, it's a con where I geek out or I have the ability to geek out because there are just so many names there from artists who were really shaping the industry when I got into comics and beyond. Brandon Peterson, his work on the X-Men sticks out amongst other things. Next to each other, I had Ron Wagner and Steve Epting's. Ron Wagner's run on Captain America, I think one of his first runs. That's when I started to love Captain America. I think it was like late 90s, early 2000s-ish. Like, I thought Captain America was just, I never got him. I never got Captain America until Ron Wagner first got on that book. And I understood why Cap was that sort of beacon. And the next thing was Steve Epting. Steve Epting's, if I think in my mind of like Avengers artists, it's George Perez, then it's Steve Epting's. But what I got to do, I got to shake the hand of Lee Weeks. Now, for most people, when they think of Daredevil and artists who define Daredevil, they automatically think of Frank Miller. For me, it's Lee Weeks. His run, I believe it was in the early to mid 90s. I don't remember when, but I know I was in the comics. I remember where I was buying those books. His run made me fall in love with that character. To understand, like, I'd seen some of the Miller stuff, but the Miller stuff, while it's great at that time, it didn't grab me. I just remember, and I don't know what issues it was, but there's this fight scene with Typhoid Mary in the rain. And it just, like, the panel work, even to this day, like 30 years later, just sticks out. So it was really cool just telling him, hey, you defined Daredevil for me. I know everybody says it's Miller, but you did it for me. And your work back then really made me fall in love with that character. And I think Baltimore is just really one of those cons where you can really find a little bit of everything. They had a really robust artist, not just artist, author alley, as you'll see by a lot of the videos that you'll see coming up in the next few weeks. Artist alley, a lot of different vendors making crafts, merchandise, in addition to obviously the comic sellers and gaming and whatnot. I love the gaming component as well. Baltimore, and it's been a few years since I've been. Baltimore is just continuously evolving into this, I wouldn't say one-stop shop, but it knows its core audience and it continues to evolve to bring in more and more. I just really enjoy what they did this year. I really enjoyed the diversification of the vendors and creators that they offered this year for all of those who attended. I think Baltimore is just one of those cons that if you just really want to get down to the nitty gritty of geekdom, like, that's the con you should put on the map. That's the con you should visit because you will come away with something. So shout out to the organizers. Shout out to those who did the cosplay showcase and contest. Shout out to the Cats Doing a Video Game tournament. For my one day there, was just a really, really good show.
Well, hello, baby. This is your lovely Misty Stone, and you are watching Webster Style with me.